Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Man the Maker. Welcome to a new Let's Play for Archeo Shinar. Shinar? Archeo Shinar? These are mysteries, and this game is all about mysteries. You play as the manager of a department of archaeology at the Royal Institute, and have to kind of try and send your teams out, manage your people, manage your funds, to go out into the world and make great discoveries. They describe it as an economic management game, which, I think the crux of the game is managing currencies, both money and reputation. As you succeed on things and you buy property and you interact with the press, there's a couple of different things that you get into. The goal of the game is to gain reputation, manage your people, and have fun. It plays out kind of like a board game. It's very, very board game like, and it's actually quite fun. This is not the first time that I tried recording this episode. I had an incident with my keyboard yesterday where I spilled water on it, and I was forced to switch to a different keyboard, a smaller one, and I had to change my recording hotkeys. And I just tried to record an episode, and I pressed the wrong hotkey because I got my old keyboard back and I never changed it, and habit just was like, hey man, press that numlock key. Oh boy. So I've played the game a little bit. I did the tutorial, which teaches you a fair bit. The career is not yet in the game. We are early access, I should also point out, if you didn't pick up on that. Probably going to be in the title as well, but yes. Recently released a month and a half ago or something, and does seem to be getting some development. One thing that they put out in their news recently is if you do end up getting the game, when you start it, it doesn't start full screen. It starts boxed. You just have to go into the options, resolution, bloop, bloop. Just change it, I think. Apply it, and it'll fix itself. For some reason, their auto detection is not working. But yeah. We're gonna go and check it out. Before I do that, I should say that this game was given to me. I received a Steam code from the company that makes it, Artist Entertainment. I was perusing my email one day, and lo and behold, after missing it, there it was. And I gotta say, folks, I've been doing this channel for a little bit over a year now, and this is the first time that this has happened. This is the first tangible reward, I suppose you can call it. I mean, technically it's a Steam key, so it's not actually tangible, but it's the first thing that I've gotten. Of course, my greatest reward is first playing video games all the time and talking, but also hanging out with you guys, talking with you guys, interacting, sharing my experiences. Cannot discount that. But still, very excited. I will remain unbiased, of course. I will not let this get to my head either. I'm not going to just suddenly think that I'm the greatest. I think I'm good. I'm pretty good. Pretty good guy. I'll leave it at that. Enough about my own rambling. Let's get into the game. So, we are just going to go ahead and start a custom game, and I'll describe what's going on as we get into it. We are going to do a new game. You can kind of read here. Scenario allows to experience advantages and disadvantages of archaeological work. You're going to participate in a race to the top of the Royal Archaeology Institute. Remember, it doesn't last forever. There are only 30 expeditions to leave your rivals behind and emerge victoriously. You can also play with friends. Yeah, you can do hot seat right now. I mean, this is early access, so maybe they will enable some kind of online functionality. Who knows? 30 expositions mean effectively that there are 30 turns in the game. They don't have a career, but that is obviously planned because it's an option. Don't know what that will do, but we're not going to worry about that. Instead, we are first going to just make sure that I did start recording. Indeed, I have. And let's go ahead and start the new game. Yeah, we are going to really do this. So we are going to create my character. I'm going to be Man the Maker. And I'm going to do what I always do. All of my avatars. Starting with EverQuest, where I played a gnome, the closest that I could find to a bald, funny-looking old dude is a bald, funny-looking old dude. This is the closest approximation I get. You're gonna be very rosy here. We're gonna be in a bow tie. I always do this. I don't know why. I'm not bald. I've got actually quite thick, curly hair. Annoyed the crap out of me for most of my youth. Now I'm rather happy with it, but I digress. Manda Maker. We're going to be the moth. This is our stamp, emblem, if you will. And we're going to go ahead and just jump into the game. So, how does the game work? If you want to read this, pause it. I'm going to skip it because he reads too slow. But basically he's saying, hey, welcome. We need somebody to work at the Royal Institute and manage this team and rise up into the ranks, and you're that man. So welcome. Welcome, old chum. My wife yells at me every time I try and do an English accent. Not good at it. A couple right proper bangers. I don't know, the Peaky Blinders is what I'm kind of doing. I don't know. I apologize to anyone out there for having to listen to that. So, the game. Here we are. We're at the beginning. You can see a couple of things here. None of this really matters right now. This is just our lobby. Really, I like to think of it as my office. It should say office here. And this isn't a lobby. This is my desk. This is my office. Here's my globe. Right? One cool thing. You can change the music. That's nice. I'm not going to do that. I'm quite happy with the song. Pleasant. I do enjoy the music quite a bit, I will say. So, how does the game play out, right? We've got all these things down in the bottom, and this is kind of like where we will be handling things. I don't know. Did you see that? Did you see that? Looks like a ghost. Never noticed that before. Right. Basically, we have a team. There they are. There's our team. We send this team out to expeditions. We can choose from several. We can hire more people. We can do things with our team. We can have, we gain items and artifacts through various means, the merchant company being one, where you can buy this stuff and this stuff. We'll get into that when we need to. Black market is also not necessary. You interact with the press. Most of these, I'm going to just go through all of it. And then as we encounter in the game, we'll have obviously a more detailed description thereof. Property management as well. You buy property and then do things with them. I actually have not yet to do that, so don't know about that. What are we going to do? Let's start off in the beginning, right? Expeditions. So you start off with 3. We've got an archaeology expedition. It requires archaeology as the primary skill to be used on this expedition. It requires 5 explorers. And here's our rewards. We get 3,000 pounds and 2 reputation. Reputation is how you win the game, basically. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. Up here, you can see we've got 0, and we start with 5,000 pounds. Obviously, you use the money to buy all kinds of different things, train your people. You'll see that as we go along. But this gives us 3,000 pounds to reputation if we succeed. If we fail, we get nothing. Sometimes you do get something. Usually you do. I've actually never seen it come back at 0. Over here, this one requires history and linguistics. Also has a higher reward, quite a bit more money. Even if you fail, a decent amount of money and more reputation. Now, the more expensive, the higher the payout, the more difficult the challenge is. Something to bear in mind. Something to bear in mind. And last but not least, we've got finding lost legacy. Going out here and looking for those Moai statues. Moai statues? Is that right? Doesn't sound right. I think it's right. Anyways, this one requires history and exploration. Gives a little bit more than the last one, right? So now we see the 3 jobs available to us: finding lost legacy, history and exploration, ludology, history and linguistics, or just straight up archaeology. Now, to decide what we want to do, it's time to go and take a look at our team. And here we've got Austin Lyard, Caleb Atwater, Edward Thompson, Leo Frobenius, and Wilhelm Max Müller. You look awesome, sir. And here you can see our stat spread. There's a bunch of different stats in the game. You've got your archaeologies, your histories, your linguistics, your combat capabilities, your geologies, your survivals, and your explorations. And obviously, they all will have different stats now. We'll go left to right. We got Austin here. Loves shooting and always wanted to live in the Wild West. Well, you are decent time, potentially, for archaeology out in the Wild West. I think the dinosaurs are possibly being discovered at this time period. I don't actually know the year that the game takes place in, but I don't know. They have trains, so it's at least after that, which kind of aligns. And I don't know. Sailboats? That doesn't help me. Right, so we can take a look at this guy, right? He's pretty bad at everything except exploration. That's actually important to note, because if we recall, of the 3 possible missions that we had, I think one of them wanted exploration. I've forgotten already. History and exploration, history and linguistics, and archaeology. That's right. So this will lend us towards, okay, let's consider it. We may want to do the things that we are strong in, right? There's that balance of what is our strengths towards what kind of payoffs do we want to, how much do we want to gamble there? So there are decisions to be made. Up next, we've got Mr. Caleb Atwater here. He sometimes tries to convince others that ravens can answer questions. Interesting topic to bring up. I'm going to try and do that at a party, I think, one day. Tell them about how on my grand road trip across the American West, the ravens answered my questions. They sort of did. What does a raven look like? Done. Answered. I didn't actually know that. Not a lot of ravens in New Jersey, where I come from. But yeah, so, good at survival. History and linguistics, they're okay. Passable. Up next, we've got Edward Thompson, has a silly accent and used to work as a croupier. I do not know what that is. Get the bear in the background. What does that mean? Interesting. Well, you, sir, are a badass. Holy crap. You can mess some people up. Look at that combat capability. That is crazy. These stats are totally random. The last roll that I did, my team was awful. This is crazy that it's so high. We've got Leo Frobenius. Believes in aliens and was a hedgehog in a previous life. Quite good at exploration, survival. Everything else is not so interesting. And you, Wilhelm Max Müller, doesn't tolerate weakness and color accrue. Is this a color? He doesn't tolerate the color accrue? Or what? Nope, nothing. Beats me. Probably it's a color. Tell me, folks, what color is this? Describe it in 5 words, please, in the comments down below. Thank you very much. So you're quite good at history. Interesting. So we have now seen our spread, right? We are not good at archaeology, so the archaeology mission is off the table. We're not good at linguistics, so why would we mess with linguistics? We're not bad at history. We got the one guy. Okay. We've got a couple 20s in history. And we've got a couple people who are damn good at exploration. And was it you? History and linguistics, no. You, history and exploration. Seems like this is the fit for us. However, before we do that, let's go take a look out into the labor market. This guy has fantastical tweed. My God, I'm almost willing to hire him for his magic tweed there. Let's go take a look. Thomas Jefferson. All right, thinks we're all mad here. Indeed, you are insane. He's actually insane. And we can see, quite good at linguistics, not bad at combat capability. These are 2 things that we don't have that much of. We got the one guy who's good at combat, but we don't have that much. So he's an interesting hire. You're good at exploration, but we've already got that covered. You're precarious. He's insane. So what does attitude do? I don't know. But, I mean, founding father, magic tweed, hired. Done and done. Done and done. Now what we can do, we can reduce their attitude with this contraption. I don't really know what it does, but I'm going to do it. What do these numbers mean? Efficiency, +7. Risk, +35. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what that means. You can probably read it. There is like an encyclopedia built into the game. But he's the only one who needs it. Everyone else is just neutral. We're probably going to leave them as they are. Now, the next thing we can do, first of all, we have to pay salaries. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but everyone does cost money. So, hiring on everyone all at once, maybe not what you want to do. However, we can train people. Costs a bit of money, right? Doesn't it? 250 pounds. And everyone, I think each turn has a random selection of which we can train from. So you can see combat capability, geology, and survival. Sure. You, linguistics, exploration, and combat capability. You, exploration, linguistics, and survival. Sure. You, exploration, linguistics, and you, survival, geology, and archaeology. Now, we want to kind of think, right? How do we want to spread it out? You kind of want to have a little bit of everything, but you don't need everything. It will allow you to take more possible options. So maybe it's also better to focus on only getting your people good at archaeology, history, linguistics, and combat capability, and ignoring the rest. I will say, I think survival comes into play a bit more often than others. I think they say that in the tutorial, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we will train everybody, I think. And now we need to think. We've got nobody good at geology. No, you're okay. Can you learn more geology? You can. You're quite good at a number of things. Get that geology up, man. We've got nobody really good at archaeology. Can you train archaeology? You cannot. You've got the highest. Can you learn archaeology? You cannot. Her survival is pretty good, though. I will take that survival. And I will raise you. Archaeology. We do need... I would like to get somebody to have some kind of archaeology. It's bad. Can you learn linguistics? No, but you can learn history. And let's get that history up even higher, because we are going to be using it right now. And you, my friend, we can boost that exploration. I'm happy to do that. Get that super high. You, my friend... Exploration. I think we're just going to go with the survival. Nobody's actually particularly good at survival, and I think it's fairly useful. So there you go. I trained everyone. You don't always have to. I think you probably want to. Now, the next thing. Merchant company. So we can buy things. What is this? It gives +3 to geology. If we were going into a place that used geology, we would want to buy this. It's not expensive. We should do it. This one is +7 to exploration. Are we using exploration? We are. And how is my exploration? You're good at it. We've got people that are quite good at it. I don't know. It seems quite expensive, and we have people that are quite good at it. Now, the other part of the shopping is stimulants. We can buy gin, we can buy coffee, and we can buy tobacco. I guess this red thing means that it's more expensive than normal, because it is quite a bit more expensive than the others. What these do is, as you go on your things, your expeditions, you can accrue phobias, which essentially give you a malice to stats. Right? It's not like Darkest Dungeon where they have all kinds of special weird things. I think it's just -4 to linguistics, minus this to that, etc. But we want to look at, what do you guys like? You like gin, you like coffee, tobacco, gin, and coffee. Now we're going to want to think, who are we taking with us? History and exploration. You're coming, gin. You're coming, coffee. You are not coming. You're coming, tobacco. You are coming, gin. You are coming, coffee. So gin or coffee, and I don't know which one is better. We don't have like particular favorites right now, but I think it's worth it. It's like, you know, you can get, I've seen like -4 to your stats, whatever. We'll spend the money. We'll spend the money, no problem. We can now take that with us. The last bit that we can do before we get started is property management. Land stock. So here, we've got factors that I don't know what they mean. But I've been outbid every time that I've tried. So I'm going to drop 1,000 on this. And hope to God, I'm going to ignore that timer so we can actually get an expedition in. Kind of show you the full scope of the game, at least on the most surface of levels. Or at least the first turn, right? Let's get the first turn done. Yeah. Basically, we can buy this property, and then these things will affect things. I'm gonna look that up in between episodes, I think, for sure, because I should really know that. But I'm gonna spend 1,000. I've been outbid every time. That's why maybe this is a bit high. We're gonna drop 1,000 on it. It's this property here, there's a limited amount. Maybe it's 30, so I don't really foresee us doing that. Once you buy the property, you can then put buildings on it. I don't really know what the buildings are because I've, again, 2 times I've tried this, have yet to actually succeed. The tutorial I succeeded and I put a train station on, but I don't remember what it does. So we'll figure that one out together. And with that being done, I think we're ready. We're gonna go find a lost legacy. We need our 5 explorers. History and exploration. Begin. Once again, we can look. Exploration for sure. You are pretty good at history. Yeah, we're gonna take you. You don't have the pertinent skills. You don't. You're quite good at exploration. You're quite good at history. And you're 27 to 26, but you've got much higher survival. And I think survival has a chance of popping up at random times. So we're going to take you. There you go. We have our team of 5. And even bad coffee is better than no coffee at all. Did I not? Oh, I bought gin. Now, I could buy both. I'm not going to. And now let's go. So this is going to play out. I mean, you'll see. I don't need to explain it. Basically, it's like a mini game. And you kind of have to attach your people to where they will best work. Let's go and find out. We are off on our expedition. Leaving the house, past the head with the thing on top, past a donkey dog. Now we've got history plus. This is a high skill check for history. We probably want to put our highest history folk into there. That is you. We select him, and now it's going to roll some invisible dice. Begin. Success. We are going to do this 4 more times. And then depending on how many successes you have, you will pass or fail at the mission. Let's continue on. Past the wall and the turret, there is a mask with crazy eyes. We've got archaeology and exploration. Oh boy. It's you. Did not expect the archaeology there. Begin. Success. All right. Apparently archaeology also just pops up. Ooh, we are going past an Acropolis. There's a bone and a Spartan helmet. History is here. You're my history man. Go for it. Another success. So that's 3 out of 5. Now we don't know because the game is fairly obtuse on this, at least inside of the game itself. But I suspect that 3 out of 5 gets you a success. So we may have already won. We may have already succeeded. Let's carry on. There are some hieroglyphics, a teepee, a rock with things. Combat capability. Oh, you were born for this, Edward. You were born for this. Go! Success! Massive success! Past the monolith. There's the Stonehenge, a volcano, pottery, and exploration plus. This is like, what a team. Everybody fit. Now, we've now succeeded. Congratulations. This little mini game has been growing on me. When I first did it, I was like, I don't know. This seems like it's so little. I do have 2 complaints. One, I wish it was a little bit more apparent about some things, right? There's dice rolls happening here. It doesn't show you any of them. I would like the stats to be there. Maybe some people don't, and you can maintain more of an immersion. But this ties into my second point, which, regards immersion, is I wish that there was more writing here. This is like a game like this, right? Simple interface. I don't know the full complexity of its mechanics, but it doesn't seem like it's the deepest of complexity. And so what can really kind of propel it forward is style, is immersion, right? Atmosphere. And this is like the prime opportunity. If when you get into these situations, there's a little blurb of text, and then when you succeed or fail or have a critical failure or a critical success, another blurb of text follows that, can really, I think, go a long, long way towards making the game more enjoyable. The game is in early access, of course, so there's plenty of time for that. But I wanted to kind of stop here for a moment and just point that out. It's missing something there. But we've got success. Past the Moai statues, past the Ishtar Gate, more volcanoes, a thing I didn't see, and we succeeded. We've gotten our money. We didn't pick up any artifacts. There was a chance on those little events that you have a critical success, basically, I think, and get an artifact, which you can then sell for stuff. We've picked up our 2 reputation, but we've also picked up 2 fears. Leo Frobenius has gained mycophobia. I do not know what that is. And you've got rhabdophobia. Oh yeah, it is mushrooms. I was thinking it was myco. It was mushroom. Why is that? It's got to do with EverQuest. It's got to do with old Sebelis in EverQuest. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know down below in the comments. The Mushroom King or something. Good times, good times. And this, we are afraid of getting hit by bats, presumably, is what this means. Reasonable fear. So these are going to give us minuses. He's going to have a minus potentially to his combat ability. And I don't know, survival, maybe? Well, we can find that out later. But let's go. Take our train back home. Choo choo. Turn 1 is done. You can see our tick there. This will be the end of the game. Now we've got kind of our event log. Dead painter. Edward Thompson had a brother? Don't tell me it's a mosquito. Where did you come from? My windows are sealed. Taped shut, actually, because it's broken. It's not a mosquito. We're fine. Brother who was a professional painter. He died in odd circumstances, so now his whole house is told to be the infamous place. That's an awesome sentence. Is told to be the infamous place. However, the death is not all. Every wall has some traces of paint, and every corridor echoes in a bizarre manner. At least an upper crust says so, even though they weren't inside. Edward Thompson wants to get rid of this building, but not for free. Edward Thompson is looking for a person who will pay a small price accordingly to a situation on the market. You can always use extra quarters, right? Take the deal. +1 quarters and minus 310. Okay. Right, see, like this blur. Have something like this inside of that mini game. Will really, 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 I think, level up the game. What's next? We've got to pay our salaries. Now, you can not pay it, and you can not pay it 3 times. We are going to pay it because we are okay on money, barely. There is our money back, though. £3,700, 2 points of reputation. Boom, and we're back. Cash back. God damn, Sir George Charles Lennox dropped that cash like crazy. Would not have been able to afford that. Man, I don't know why he went so nuts on that one. But yeah, all right, you bought Valkyrie Pass. These guys didn't go anywhere near that. Okay. Well, there you folks have it. That's the first turn. Next episode, we're going to look a little bit at the press. We're going to try for property management again. You know, try and manipulate our people. See what kind of expeditions are out there. and continue our role as manager of this particular department of archaeology. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you're enjoying this game. Let me know down below in the comments if you are. I love to hear from you guys. It's always great to interact with you fine folks. And of course, the usual like, subscribe, etc. I do appreciate it. It does help out the channel. If that's your thing, go for it. If you hated this video, if you hate this game, dislike as well. That's what it's there for, you know. I won't disparage you. You do you, boo, as my sister always says. And yeah, I hope you do stick around for this game. We're gonna play through the whole way. We're gonna do all 30 turns for sure in this series, and we're gonna see what this game has to offer. We've just scratched the surface. Maybe I really don't. This is as far as I've ever gotten. So from here on out, it's all new, and I'm excited. I'm enjoying the game. I said actually. I was giving my wife crap one time. I gave her a gift, and she's like, "I actually like it." She's like, "Thanks. Thanks a lot." Anyways, enough rambling. But you know that is what is in store for you if you want to stick around. So I hope you do. Till next time, my name is Man the Maker. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day.